Looking back is something I usually don't do very often. But every now and then, when searching for an old book or map, something catches your eye, opens automatically in your hands, and catapults you back. Blast from the past like. Some of these pictures bring me straight back to northern Germany and the early 60s. What a different world that was. When, but a headstrong lad, I started fishing at the Weser River in the northern German plain. Coarse fishing was the order of the day, and the bream was something very special to us. Forget about the bones. Smoked or in beer sauce, the loot delighted the whole family. Bountiful platefuls like. Well, I'm not too sure about my sister though. Talking about the 1960s and early 70s, catch and release was not widely practiced in our little world. A tench, carp, eel or perch made good eating. You brought such catch home with pride, and mother cooked it happily. At first glance, there hasn't changed much. The weir at Schlüsselburg still dominates this stretch of the Weser River. However, footage taken last autumn reveals the eel catcher and the eel traps are gone, probably for good, and sad to say, the European eel, once prolific in these waters, is in drastic decline and not a real commercial option anymore. A fate shared by most of our migratory fish. There are plenty of birds around now, mostly cormorants, which means the actual number of fish has dropped, with literally hundreds of these fellas around. Masses of cormorants. Unbelievable. The water quality, on the other hand, has obviously improved. The river is not murky brown anymore, but has a fresh green appearance. Nevertheless, most of the big bream have disappeared. Some of the stretches where we used to catch them have been declared nature sanctuaries. Fishing is heavily ruled and regulated here these days. Angeln verboten. Angling prohibited is a reference you find a lot on the fisheries map. The joy and freedom I felt fishing here as a lad has largely vanished into thin air. Or too much red tape, as they say.
Das ist es, Wolfgang Göbel.
However, chub are still present in reasonable numbers, and Wolfgand Mensching, a friend of about 50 years, catches them regularly on spinners like we did in the olden days.
Ich sehe es. Juhu!
I got hooked, by the way, in 1961, with 7 years of age. Fishing fascinated me immediately, and it fascinates me as much today as it did then. Part of that fascination is meeting other anglers. You make friends and share a passion, which often produces lifelong friendships. And isn't that a very important part of our being? So, the enthusiasm is still very much alive, the past has me in its grip, and I must have a look at some of the old slides now. There's surely a box in the office.